What's going on, you guys? What is going on? What is going on, y'all? This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we are here for a brand new review of the Real Housewives of Potomac season 10. I forget what episode this is, but yes, your boy is back home. As y'all can see, I done got comfortable. I'm back in the building. My new mic was in the mail when I got here, so we already here and we ready to give y'all this review. Now, like I told y'all already, all of my reviews this week are pretty much going to be pre-recorded because I didn't watch Potomac until now, and then I gotta watch Married to Medicine after this, and then of course y'all know that Love and Hip Hop Miami and Real Housewives of Salt Lake City have both been bumped down to pre-record videos from now on. So all week these reviews will be pre-recorded, but anything else will probably be live, like the gossip videos and stuff like that, just depending on what they give us. You feel what I'm saying? So, with that being said, we're about to go ahead and get into the things of the thing. So let's talk about it. So we get into Jazelle and Wendy. Now they're out here car shopping, and I don't believe Jazelle finna buy no car than the man in the moon, but they out here car shopping and shit. So we're talking about Wendy's feelings about Stacy. Now, Wendy really likes Stacy. That's really what it's giving. Wendy really likes Stacy. She doesn't necessarily agree with the lies that she tells, but she just doesn't feel like Stacy is completely honest about things, which she's not honest about really nothing. But of course, everybody goes up for the dishonesty that she has. For whatever reason, they do. Okay, I'm just not gonna sit up here and act like they don't. They do. She says that it started with the whole I'm gonna do a cannabis line. Then not too long after that, she called Wendy's stylist and was trying to get her stylist to style her. So she says Stacy just doesn't admit that when she sees stuff from other people, she just doesn't own it and just say, I like what you're doing, I want to do the same thing. But what she does is she's just a complete copycat. And that's what it's giving. I mean, that is exactly what it's giving. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that she can't see the same styles as Wendy, because there's a lot of celebs out here that do see the same styles now. We ain't gonna sit up here and act like that. And that's why I didn't understand why it was a big deal with Kelly, with the whole Brit situation, about Brit seeing the same styles that she was seeing. I ain't see no big deal about that either. So I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I see a big deal with this whole situation. But Stacy just got to let it be known, I like your style and I want it. So that's why I went to go see your stylist. You know what I mean? But she says that she thinks that Stacy is a copycat, but she's really not a bad person. So Wendy says, but in the same breath, I do feel like this group is jumping on her. I feel like all the rest of y'all in this circle is literally jumping on Stacy, and I don't know why. So that's when Jazelle says, well, we're jumping on her because we all have reasons to jump on her. Stacy is a liar. And she's shown me way too many times that she lies about this, she lies about that, she'll lie about this, she'll lie about that. And at this point, I've decided to just back away from Stacy because she's a big ass liar. One thing about it, and two things for certain. I don't like Jazelle. I don't fuck with Jazelle, but Jazelle not lying. Stacy is a fucking liar. I mean, y'all can be mad with me for agreeing with this motherfucker all y'all want to, but Stacy don't do shit but lie. That's all she do. And then a lot of times y'all allow her to get away with the lies that she tell, but I'm just not for it. I'm not gonna let her get away with a motherfucking thing. Her ass lie, and she gonna get caught out for her lies like everybody damn else. She do be lying, and it don't even be necessary. Like, what are we lying about? You can't even come to somebody and say, oh, Wendy, I was inspired by you and your husband to do a cannabis line, so I'm going to do one. Oh, Wendy, I called your stylist. I love your style. I would like to be dressed similar or get some new ideas. She won't even do that. She just sit up here and just do shit, and then when it's called out, she plays dumb. And that annoys me. But y'all like it. I love it, honey. So then they're in the truck, and then Jazelle tells Wendy, I think that Jazelle should be free. I think Karen should be free. I think Karen should be free. And Wendy agrees that Karen should be free. But no. She can't be free, because at the end of the day, she was the one that was walking around here driving around after drinking a whole bunch of Colt 45 and hit a damn tree. She needs to be where the fuck she at until it's time for her to get the fuck out. So let's not do this whole free Karen shit. Y'all acting like Ray and Timothy and them that shot somebody about 5 times and went to jail, and now y'all out here on Facebook yelling free Timothy and free Ray. Timothy and Ray need to stay where the fuck they at, okay? And that's just the truth of the matter, honey. Okay, I'm just being real with y'all. I hate it when people try to say free somebody when they did something wrong. So then Jazelle says we got Mo'Nique back into the fold, and I just need Karen back, and I just feel like we almost have the gang back together, and I really want the gang back together again. And so Wendy was like, I agree, we do need the gang back together again, but the gang also include Candace. So is she gonna be included in this bringing the gang back together again? Is Sharice gonna be a part of that too? Is Robin gonna be a part of that too? Because that ain't the whole gang. And to be honest, most of them that I just named, I don't want to see them. So then we get into Wendy. Jazelle says, how did it feel seeing Wendy? And then Wendy said, it kind of felt good seeing Mo'Nique again after all these years. You know, the last time we saw Mo'Nique, she was on some other shit. But it felt good to see Mo'Nique again. You know, it seems like she's a lot lighter. She's at peace, and I like that. Jazelle says, well, I want to sit down and have a conversation with Mo'Nique. I feel like we got off the wrong foot from the very beginning, and I just want to know what her head's at. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to give her some time, get around this group, and see how she really fits in and see how it goes. So at this point, I just want to sit down with her and really see what, you know, where her head is at. You know what I mean? So basically, she wants to move forward. So we get into Stacy. Now, she meets up with AJ. And one thing about AJ, I really like him. AJ is the accountability police. AJ gives me what Miss Lawrence and Derrick J and Dwight used to give when they was always on Housewives all the time. So I like that Stacy got a gay sidekick that's honest and not just up her ass. Because sometimes these gay dudes be up these women asses and don't be holding their asses accountable. And I'm not that kind of gay nigga. Like, I got a heap of female friends, but when they come to me with some bullshit, I'm gonna say, girl, that's some fucking bullshit. You need to move the fuck on. That's what I do. But you know, whatever. So Stacy was the first Black woman in the state of Virginia to have a cannabis business. And she claims that she told the rest of the group, and nobody in the group really gave a fuck about her being the first Black woman. Like, no one cared about her achievement. And my thing is, Stacy, did you really honestly think that they were going to care about your achievement? Because I, for one, while I say it's a great achievement and that's something that you deserve, and I'm glad that you have that, I gotta be honest with you and say that you're crazy if you ever thought that these women gave 2 hot dams about what you got going on, because they don't care. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. They don't care about what you got going on, Stacy. These girls don't like you. They don't see it for you. They don't like you. Like, they just don't see it for you. So it is what it is. Like, that's just what it is about the whole damn situation. So, but I get it. Y'all supposed to be a group of friends or whatever. So of course y'all want to support everybody's endeavors, but they're not going to support you because they think that you're fake. They think that you're a liar. They don't really see it for you, if you ask me. So that's just the basis of the whole thing. But I can kind of get where she's coming from. It's kind of like, oh my God, like, I know you girls don't like me like that, but I just got this big achievement. I'm the first Black woman in the state of Virginia to have a cannabis business, and that's something I made history. So why won't y'all support me? But they're not supportive of her. But just like I said before, Stacy is a liar. Stacy tells a whole lot of lies, but I just feel like at the end of the day, it really doesn't warrant the cold response that she gets from everybody. In my eyes, it really don't warrant that. Like, yeah, she lies. She's a lying motherfucker. We know that. But there's people in this group that has done way worse than Stacy has done, and they don't really hold them accountable for it, and they keep on letting them skate on by. Like Jazelle, this motherfucker done done so much shit to folks, and don't nobody say shit. Or just like, what's her name? Just like Ashley. Ashley started off being a goddamn menace. Okay, she started off being a menace, and don't nobody say nothing about the shit that she do. So it's a whole lot of people in this group that has done shit to folks, and no one says anything. Stacy really ain't did nothing to them, but all they are is annoyed about her lying. Which, like I said, I do agree. She lies. That ain't no lie. The motherfucker lies all day. But it doesn't warrant the treatment in the gang up and all this other shit. Call her out on the lies, yeah. But y'all ain't got to do all that. Like, y'all can't even text the girl back and say congratulations and shit like that. And it's to the point to where she really don't know where she stands with these women, and it comes across like y'all are ganging up, y'all are bullying. Like that's what it is. And I don't take kindly to that word bullying, because I was a person that was once bullied growing up. So I don't really like to classify every damn thing as bullying. But that shit is definitely bullying. Now you can't tell me nothing different. They are bullying that lady and singling her out and trying to ice her the fuck out. You feel what I'm saying? So that is true. But like, that's why I keep on saying two things can be true at once. She can be a liar, but they can also be doing way too much for very little, because they have done less for big shit in this goddamn group. And I ain't lying when I say that. I've been calling them all out for the for the shit that they've been doing. But I really feel like Wendy, on the other hand, because I know she ain't got nothing to do with this scene, I do feel like Wendy is kind of taking up for Stacy, because Wendy has been in this predicament where she was ostracized and she was kind of iced out of this group for doing little shit, small shit. Like it really wasn't that deep. Like a lot of people in that group did not like Wendy for whatever reason. Like, yeah, she's condescending. Yeah, her tone could come across very dismissive. I agree with all of that and then some. But when I tell you they let Jazelle get away with so much, they let Ashley get away with so much, but a lot of the shit that Wendy would do, they wouldn't let her get away with it, or they would hold her accountable or hold her feet to the fire. It was the same way with Candace too. You know what I mean? Candace had a nasty mouth, and that's why she got popped in it. But in the same breath, you know, Ashley had a nasty mouth. Jazelle got one. Even Karen got one. But don't nobody say nothing about them. I'm just here to call out the double standards on a lot of this shit, but I do understand their challenge with Stacy, but they are doing too much with the challenge. She said that the women have tried to start shit with her and Mo'Nique and saying that she was, you know, dating Chris Samuels, and she said she never was really dating him like that. She only knew him socially, trying to say that I called Chris to tell Chris that Mo'Nique was talking trash about him, which is something that I never did, and it was already proven that I didn't do it, and they still want to say that I did it. They don't want to get to know me. And then she says, and then me and Tia came for me out of the blue, and I don't understand why Tia is coming for me. And Tia was one of the girls that I really, really, you know, connected with, and I really, really liked. So I don't understand why she's coming for me. I don't think that Tia was really just coming for Stacy. I just think that Tia called Stacy out on her bullshit, because Stacy was definitely fucking lying. She told Tia one thing and then turned around and did something else. That's what happened. You told Tia one thing, but then you turned around and you started doing something else. That's what happened. So you can't really be mad at Tia for being mad at you for not being honest with her, because you wasn't being honest with her, and that's why she called you out on your shit, because you wasn't being real. All you had to do was tell Tia that he really don't fancy these women and he don't want them women to be around because of the shit that went down with Wendy and all that. The whole paying TJ to be on the show, all this other shit. Like, that's all you really had to say. But instead you told a lie. These are the things that annoy me. Like, you don't owe me shit, really, but you also don't owe me no lie either. So why tell me one? But AJ says that Stacy needs to read these girls. He noticed she got it in her. She needs to read these fucking hoes down. That's basically what AJ is telling her, because he's tired of hearing her, you know, crying about these girls and saying how these girls are treating her. He feels like she needs to read the girls down. That's all AJ feels like she needs to do. So Stacy is at her real estate firm. You know, she's going over some work, going over some, you know, property stuff and things like that. And it's all over. You feel what I'm saying? And apparently Tia got an invite from Stacy to come to her event. And she says that she's very apprehensive about going to Stacy's event because, number one, Stacy lied to her. Number two, Stacy turned on her at Jazelle's event and flipped it off on her when all she was trying to do was get some better understanding. And number three, that's just what it is. Like, it's crazy. So what make you think that I would want to come to your shit? So therefore, I want to call you and see where your head is at. Because if your head ain't where it needs to be, then we don't need to be having a fucking conversation. So then that is when she called Stacy. And when I tell you neither one of them want to talk to the other one, Stacy answered their phone. She was dry as fuck with Stacy. Tia wasn't necessarily dry, but you could tell that Tia really didn't want to make that phone call to Stacy at all. Like, she's like, I'm just going to do this for the show. But Stacy was not having it. Stacy did not want to talk to Tia in the least bit. She didn't want to hear nothing Tia had to say. She did not want to talk to her at all. But Tia says that that she wants to sit down and chat about where they stand. Now, although Stacy as really didn't want to talk to Tia at all about anything, I can still say that at the end of it all, she came down and was like, well, you know what? You're right. We can have a conversation. I really want to have a conversation with you. I really want to, see why we're here in this place. And I want to see if we can make it right. So at least they were both able to come to a happy medium with that. Right. So we get into Ashley. Now, let me tell y'all something. This scene right here, it really pissed me the hell off. It really pissed me off. And I'm going to tell you why. And I feel like I'm getting sick because my nose getting stuffy all of a sudden. But my thing about it is this. I don't like how she played Josh on this TV. I don't like the way she played him. And I think the way that she did him was fucked up. But we're going to get into it. So she brings him on scene. She lets us know that things are going south with her and Josh, right? She's not necessarily happy with this situation. And she feels like the age thing is an issue because he hasn't been married. He don't have kids. He hasn't experienced a lot yet. So all of the things that he hasn't experienced, she already has. So she feels like at this point, he's not going to feel her on anything. It's just going to be one of them things where, we're dating, we're doing this, we're doing that, and it's just whatever. She said, we haven't even went on a trip yet. Or he said, I asked you to go to Pittsburgh with me. That's Pittsburgh. We haven't went nowhere outside of the country. So in my eyes, I'm listening to Ashley. And in so many words, Ashley is saying that Josh is not meeting her expectations. So now she's talking about his finances. And she's trying to make it seem like he broke. The nerve and the audacity of Ashley to sit here and lower someone and slick berate them in a sense to let them know how she feels. She letting them know that, yeah, you don't really do it for me. You're broke. You don't take me out of the country. You don't do anything that's really well worth it. So, and I feel like I'm on a whole different, in so many words, she sunned him to me. She brought him on camera just to sun him and make him feel low about himself. I might be looking at this completely wrong, but that is really how I viewed that. Because it's like you're basing your relationship with him off of shit that don't even matter. You feel what I'm saying? Like you're basing your relationship with him off material shit is what you're basing your relationship with him off of. And I kind of feel like that is fucked up. Am I wrong for that? I feel like it's completely fucked up for her to do that to that boy. Because I really feel like he really liked her. I really feel like he really liked her for real. And I just think that when it all boils down, she didn't really give a fuck about him. She didn't really like him like that. You know what I mean? And what she's used to is a man that got funds. That's why she was with Michael in the first place, which lets me know she never really loved Michael. She was only with Michael, ugly gargoyle looking ass, because he had a whole lot of money. And this is why you're treating Josh like that, because he don't have the same kind of money that, that Michael has. So now you're going to downgrade him. Girl, you lived under a bridge and you want to sit up here and take off on a motherfucker because they money ain't the way you think it should be. Girl, be quiet. When I tell y'all, I really did not like this scene, and I felt like she really tried to emasculate him, and really try to drag him down when she did that. And I'm not saying that a woman not supposed to have certain standards, but Ashley, girl, please. Girl, don't she was very harsh, and I just didn't like that. Like, you mean to tell, and I don't really think that he knew that he was going to get broke up with on national TV. But this is reality TV, so what am I saying and what can I say about it? But yeah, I just think the way that happened was completely fucked up. So we get into Jazelle and Mo'Nique, right? They meet up to talk about their issues. And Mo'Nique says that a lot of the time she was in this group, she was playing victim and not necessarily seeing where her parts were in a lot of these situations that she was in. She said from the point of that fight, she even talked to her mom and dad, confronting past traumas that played a part in the way that she maneuvered in her adult life. Then, Mo'Nique started talking about, well, a lot of the issues that we had, Jazelle, was about, you butting into other people's relationships and their marriages. Like the whole trainer thing. Y'all was saying that I was fucking with my trainer, calling my husband big boy, perpetuating this bullshit, saying that my kid didn't belong to my husband. All of that. And because I was trying to protect the image that me and Chris presented to the people, I felt like I had to come for you because you came for me and my image. Now, to be quite honest, I really can't be mad with Mo'Nique about that because Jazelle was looking to tear her down from the moment she said, I got 4 homes. That's exactly what it was giving. She was definitely trying to tear her down and trying to humble her a little piece. That's what it gave to me. She was trying to humble her ass and all this other shit. Am I the only one that see it that way? That's what she was doing. She was trying to humble her. But in the same breath, which is why everybody feels like all that energy that you had for Candace, you should have just gave that shit to that motherfucker right there that's sitting in front of you. Because that was the one who was trying to destroy you. Now, was Candace out here doing little slick shits, in my opinion, like hooking up with your ops like Sharice and trying to be friends with her and all this other stuff? Yeah, she was doing little stuff like that, or telling Jazelle that you called Katie Amistad, knowing that Jazelle didn't like you and all this other shit. Like, yeah, she was doing little dumb shit like that, but it didn't warrant all of that bullshit that transpired between you and Candace. If it happened with Jazelle, I would definitely understand that, because that's who definitely needed. Because I just feel like although you and Candace were having drama, she wasn't trying to destroy you. I felt like that's what Jazelle's doing was. She was trying to destroy you. So then she said she felt bad seeing Jazelle's daughter because of her actions and the way that her actions may have affected her daughter. So Jazelle says that I felt like most of the hate was from you. Once again, a bitch not taking accountability for their part. Mo'Nique wanted to be your friend, which is unfortunate. But that motherfucker really wanted to be your friend. She wanted to hang out with you. She wanted to be up under you. She wanted to be your little sister. But you didn't accept her. From the moment you say you don't have a home, and then she turned around with, I have 4 homes. Soon as she did that, you ain't like her. You didn't want her around. You didn't want to have nothing to do with her. So it's like, girl, like, are you going to own that or not? Talking about all the hate was coming from Mo'Nique. It really wasn't. So that's what Mo'Nique said. Well, Jazelle, you're not without blame. You're not without fault. And then Jazelle said, no. I'm not saying that I was innocent. And then she said, I just felt like when it came down to the fight, you wanted that to happen. I felt like you was ready and willing and waiting for drama to happen. And that's why that fight happened. And then Mo'Nique said, I would have never wanted that to happen, but it happened. And the fight actually triggered my spiritual journey. They choose to make amends, and that's pretty much it. Now, here's my thing. I'm not necessarily opposed to people wanting to mend fences and move on. But what I have learned over the last week is this. You can mend fences, you can bury the hatchet, but it does not mean that I gotta fuck with you. It does not mean that I do fuck with you. We just ain't got no issues, but I don't fuck with you like that. And that's just what it needs to be. I want to trust Jazelle as far as I can throw her, and I'm pretty sure you can just fling her ass and she go to the other side of the room. So we're going into Angel, Greg, and Mama Michelle. So Greg is out looking for engagement rings for Kiana, and it seems like Greg and Michelle is in a decent place. Greg says that he bought the condo for Kiana as a wedding gift, and he was basically saying that he was ready to marry Kiana. I don't know how true this is. I don't know how genuine this is, but he says he's ready to marry Kiana. Kiana is a dime, and I just feel like you should marry her. You know what I mean? Go on and marry her, but do I think that she should marry him? I don't know, because he's already shown us that he really don't need to be, she don't need to be marrying him because of the way that he treats her. You know what I mean? I won't want to be in no stuck in no marriage with that type of shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, absolutely not. But anyway, moving on. So we're gonna go ahead and get right on back to Ashley. I don't know who told these producers that we wanted all these solo scenes with Ashley, but okay. She goes shopping with her sister Jessica, and Jessica asks her about Josh, and she reveals to her that her and Josh have broken up. Then they start talking about Jessica's dad and his alcoholism issues. And Jessica starts breaking down because she really don't know what to say. You know, it's been a hardship for her growing up, being around that shit. And she really don't know how to take to that shit, to be quite honest. And you know, I can't really be mad with her about that. Like, I kind of get what she's saying. Like, you know, your dad is an alcoholic. Like, you know, that's a lot for a girl to deal with, as far as knowing that her dad's an alcoholic, and it ain't no telling what type of shit she's had to endure or see because of that. So then, they break down, they cry about it, whatever. Moving on to Wendy and Eddie. Eddie got a pop-up shop. You know, they look at all of his products. Wendy's not invited to Stacy's event because they're doing the same thing. So, you know, she don't really want Wendy to be there to take any tips from her, I guess. Stacy full of shit. So we go into Stacy's event. You know, she says Wendy was supportive. Jazelle, Kiana, and Angel said they wasn't coming. Then as soon as Ashley walks in, she sees a dress that Stacy got on. She said that she just wore that dress last week, but then you walk in with the same wig that Stacy got on. So is Stacy the only copycat in this group or what? But okay. So then Stacy says that she wants to know how they can move forward. Ashley says that she wants Stacy to stop lying. And I want Stacy to stop lying too. Because every time Stacy lies, she pretty much put herself in that position to be talked about real bad. You lying. Stop lying. Stop making yourself look like a damn fool with all these lies that you're telling. Because I feel like things would be so much better for you if you would stop lying, but you're not going to stop. Ashley says that she's been authentic for this entire time she's been in this group, and her feet has been held to the fire. I don't think that Ashley has been all the way authentic about shit. She's been very contrived with a lot of the shit that she do. So for her to be talking about authenticity is really bullshit to me. Then when Stacy and Tia confront their issues, it was crazy to me how Stacy had all this energy for Tia, but Ashley straight up called you a lying asshole to your face. But you want to give all this energy to Tia, and Tia didn't even disrespect you like, oh, girl just did. That's what I'm talking about. But I'm pretty sure that people are going to sit up here and make Stacy be the victim in this whole thing, because I'm just like, you did lie to Tia, and Tia had every right to feel however she felt about you lying to her about your husband not wanting to be around or whatever he said, because all you had to do was say, she said it was more so about Wendy and what happened when we was at the reunion, and that's the reason why he really wasn't sure about being around Wendy. Okay, girl, that's fine. Like, just say that. It ain't really no need for you to just be lying and making up shit, because, girl, we already know that man don't want to be around this group. But I think the problem is people just want to hear you say that shit. Listen, my man don't want to be around y'all. My man think y'all messy. My man don't really want to fuck with y'all like that. My man don't see it for y'all. So therefore, my man ain't going to be around y'all because he don't want to be around y'all. Just say that and move on. But instead, you want to make it up. And then you want to get mad with Tia. And then you want to kick her out of your damn party and all this other shit. And then people all on Twitter and shit mad with what's her name, mad with Tia because she called Stacy Detroit. She from Detroit. And I guess they feel like Tia's slick calling what's her name? Tia calling Stacy ghetto because, you know, she calling her Detroit. And she might be calling her ghetto. And I can understand how that could be a tad bit problematic for some people if that's what she means by that. But I don't really care at this point because, you know, Stacy full of shit. Like this energy that because why you didn't kick Ashley out? She the one who called you a lying asshole, so why you didn't kick her the fuck out? But okay, girl, whatever. But y'all, that's all I got for Real Housewives of Potomac. Make sure you guys stay tuned for my Married to Medicine review. I want to let you guys know that I will not be on the Whether You Like It or Not panel tonight. I am tired and I'm still catching up on content that I did not get to do while I was in Houston. So I will not be on the panel tonight, but they will be over on Yocrates's platform. So make sure you guys tune in tonight. All right. Also tune in to the Scene ATL on tomorrow night at 8/7 Central on the Stylish TV network. We finally do the season premiere tomorrow. So make sure you guys watch. And also, if you haven't picked up my book, please make sure you guys pick it up. And I am sending the rest of these books off this week and next week. Okay, so be on the lookout for your pre-orders. Okay, so with that being said, this is your boy Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. And if you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. With that being said, you guys, your boys up out of here, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye. Things I wanna do to you, all the
to, baby.